Yeah, I'm just gonna put a note out here. I'm like, I'm really glad I don't need anything from Side Games booth at AX
They
because
brought
I
a lot
own
of
all of
stuff,
it.
didn't they?
Yeah, but I own all of it that I
Right.
need.
July 1st update. This is just Pillar of Light. Okay. Did they update the CA on Rat yet? Let's start with that. She is Earth. Is there an English CA? Heal, trial elixir, use. Rodent moment. Virtue of the rat. No, still in Japanese only.
Well,
It goes on for so long. All right.
I mean, you know what you're doing when you have the charge attack on.
All right. So let's begin. All right. Start. All right. You ready? I'm sure you're ready, and you've just been waiting for me
Yeah.
this entire time.
Yep.
All right. Let's begin. All right. Hey everybody. Sorry for the update and the change in how everything looks. I am in Los Angeles right now for Anime Expo. This is Vibrating Sheep. I'll be running a cosplay gathering, giving away prizes, trying to raid the Psy store for things that I don't have enough of, aka how many chunky colossuses is too many colossi? So
I will not answer this because I bought you two.
yeah, I have 4. It's like 5 is a good number. That means there will be enough colossuses to fight my Squirtles. Anyway, with me as usual, trying hard not to yell at me for being stupid.
Ah, it's DJ.
All right, so there's 3 things that happened before this stream. One of them is the Zodiac Camp event, which is one of my favorites in a very long time. Um, the Sadala skin that comes with this thing is just amazing. Like, have you watched their
Yes, I have
animations a
seen it.
lot?
I did the quest yesterday.
Okay. Have you use them in Diaspora, right?
Yeah, I don't use a skin though.
Yeah, using the skin in Diaspora is great because every time they use a link skill, you just see them freaking kick and sumo headbutt in their stupid looking sleeping bags. It's amazing. I love this skin. All right. But yeah, there's not really
Fun
much to say.
skin. I like the description of it.
The description of it is literally just trying to sell you a wearable sleeping bag.
Thanks, Shiro. Shiro Carte's knick-knack shop, you know.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Like
The 2 reviews are from 2 12-year-olds.
2
Maybe it's the
female
2 people who are
12-year-olds.
testing it. Maybe it's the 2 people testing it.
Yeah, the Japanese is even more like hilarious. Like Moteki Todai, my friends can't get enough of it. Is instead of my friends can't get enough of it in Japanese, she says like I'm way more popular with boys now, or I'm way more popular than ever, or something like that. Not necessarily with boys. My
That's
luck went
funny.
through the roof as soon as the second I put this bad boy on. It's so good.
It's definitely one of those infomercial things.
Yeah. Oh man. Um,
We are not paid actors.
yeah, tigers have one brain cell between them, and it's just amazing. The event was super fun. But the event also gave us the fastest spark I've ever done, I think. It might have been instant because we don't have free rolls right now, so I just went in on it. So, who do you want to talk about first, DJ?
You decide because I didn't do anything with these characters.
Okay, so I insta sparked. The VOD is here on my channel. Um, it was one of the most fun ones I've ever done. Like a bunch of people were just crying, laughing at how silly the whole thing was. All right, we're going to start with Vikala's weapon, actually. So we're gonna start with Vikala, but with her weapon first. Here's the 11th Fang of the pack, DJ. It's much like all of the other Summer Divine General weapons. It's a weapon, and then it has their animal hanging off of it. And in this case, it's the Tsuba or the blade guard or whatever. the hilt guard of the katana is a puppy, and that's adorable. That's one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Number two, um, it can be 4-starred immediately, and it is now the first dark weapon with ascendancy on it. The boost to special CA damage cap, which
Yeah, the
as the
other weapons that we had was like the Diaspora katana, right?
mm-hmm.
What's the other? I thought there's another one.
Willness grand weapon.
Ah, the grand weapon,
Mm-hmm.
and it has glory on it too. That's really actually good for that type of thing.
Yeah. This thing is very good. I didn't look up what this does at 4 stars
Four
for the
stars, the
CA.
effect is increased to 30% meter to your MC.
So it becomes a Kaneshige for yourself. It's the same
Yeah,
thing, but you don't have the meter gain boost. So they know.
it also has resonance instant charge. That's also nice. If you're
Mm-hmm.
your sword master.
Yeah, it's not so bad. But yeah, this weapon's really good. So we'll start there. Now, let's talk about the character. I haven't actually used this character yet. One, I'm traveling. Two, I've been just doing nothing but posting videos of Vikala all day and translating things. I've just been busy. Oh, it's Yukata
Oh,
Silva's weapon? Sorry, my bad. Wellness's weapon was Crux. It's excuse me. All right. So here's Dark Vajra, and things to note about her. We're gonna start with positivity. So she builds up to 5 positivity, and there are 2 ways for her to raise her positivity. One is to CA. One is to use Wolf and Sea's clothing, her skill 1. There is a way to use a positivity, which is her. She has the like Urius slash
I was about to
Shalem
say,
button, where it has a 0 turn cooldown. It
but it costs a
does.
resource.
It costs a resource. It's not meter for her. It is one of her positivities, and it gives stackable debuff resistance down,
Up to 30%.
stackable attack down,
Both these are 40%.
and stackable defense down. Right. And so everything is about getting her to positivity. And here's the thing: hounding focus, 100% meter to herself, boost to CA specs, and if her positivity is 5, everybody gets it. And
Okay.
so
What's our maximum of positivity she can have?
5. So once she's at
Okay.
max positivity, like you want to get her to 5 positivity as fast as you can. You probably don't want to use work hard, play harder until after you've hit this hounding focus button, because it doesn't consume 5. It just asks there to be 5.
I mean, you could probably get that after 10 turns.
Yeah, you'll get back to 5 after 10 turns. So here's the thing: there's another way for her to cast skill 1, Wolf and Sea's clothing,
And it's on dodging.
which is when she dodges, and she has dodge all on her CA.
And that's her only dodge.
I think that she has dodge nodes. Let me go make absolutely sure.
No, she does not.
Oh, she doesn't. Okay, hold on. Let me go look
Also,
at
that's
her.
like a 3% chance. That's not a fun chance.
Filter, reset, SSR, dark.
Her nodes are 2 triple attack nodes, a DA node, an extra DA node, CA damage, and CA damage cap.
Well, there you go. All right, she doesn't have any of those. She just has nothing but triple attack and CA. Got it.
And so she
Okay.
can only dodge from CA.
Yeah. All right, that's fair.
Or if you roll a ring, I
Mhm.
guess, if you want to roll for that dodge ring.
But there's also other ways to give her dodge. So, for example, Tabina's buff gives dodge. Vikala's buff gives dodge. Actually, does Tabina's buff give dodge, or does she just give herself dodge? Let me go look.
I'm pretty sure that's her self dodge.
It's
I think no. Are you talking about the one that hits everybody?
Let me go make sure. Boost to debuff success rate, boost to skill specs, and supplemental damage. Okay, she does not give the rest of the team dodge. It is Vikala who gives the rest of the team dodge. And she has a bonus for herself on dodging. That's my mistake. So Vikala is the one who gives team dodge.
And Vicky also increases her hostility, so
Hmm.
for a good amount of time.
Yeah. So anyway, the pattern that they're trying to build with Vajra here is that um, so let's just say turn one she hits Hounding Focus, and then you have 10 turns to press this again, or you just don't press it until you get to 5, and you can get to 5 pretty fast because all right. So Wolf in Sea's Clothing, like the nuke on this actually gets pretty big at 5, but most of the time you will only get that from the CA version of it, like the Dodge version of it, because like you're really not trying to press this button at 5. You're probably going to, maybe throw out a debuff before you go down to 4 and then go back up to 5 with this if you're playing like manually, right?
Hmm.
Because this button is very efficient, but it has an opportunity cost if you're trying to stay at 5 for Hounding Focus when it comes back up again. Um, but yeah, and then so she wants to build meter, of course. She's dog. She always wants to do that. If she double CAs, she gets double strike. So she works with Nier, for example, on this because it doesn't require her to be providing both of them. So if you just have Nier front line and you stick Nier CA reactivate on her, she gets double strike, which is I think that's really cool. I like having reasons to frontline Nier. Um, let's see here. Honestly, like I don't know if there's much more to say about her. I think we've covered everything. Like people are saying you can probably slot her into pretty much any long-term fight team, and she's just going to do great.
Yeah, because you have a skill too, which is useful. The problem is that you only have those 3 debuffs. So if you're doing a count of debuffs that exist on the boss, if you're she's not amazing at that.
Right, but she's good at having debuff numbers. In case whenever we get to like the light enemy diaspora equivalent, where it'll just ask like land 11 debuffs. Like, well, I'm gonna spend 4 dog stacks and just get them, right? Because the debuff resistance is almost always handy when trying to land more debuffs on.
Mm-hmm.
She
Fair
keeps
with
herself,
Adina, you
yeah,
know.
she keeps herself alive pretty well by dodging a lot. Um, she has this utility of pressing this button to fill everybody's meter. People know from at this point from things like Kaneshige or her own weapon, or um, like Poseidon slash Summer Monkey, that filling everybody to 100 meter and giving them a boost to CA damage is huge. It does huge amounts of damage,
Mm-hmm.
and this is another of those abilities where they would probably have had to change how it works if Keelan was still a multiple use summon, because it doesn't consume positivity. Your positivity stays at 5. So if you do this and you attack, and then you keel in and you do this and attack, then that's 2 full bursts that have boosts to CA specs. I mean, is she game changing? Probably not. Is she good? Yeah.
Yeah, she's not very game changing. We can be honest about that.
Yeah, I mean, she's a dodge all character in Dark. Okay. She wants to CA a lot. Got it.
Double strike and dark, huh? Okay, Sayux is here.
Yeah. I mean, it is a cool condition to fulfill. She works well with other characters on CAing twice in a turn. Okay, sure, but she's not the one that everybody has been like talking about as a character. Mostly people just think she's really cute and her weapon's really good. I mean, both
Yeah,
of these things are true.
yeah. If there was a way to like cheat out more turns off of Hounding Focus, it'd be way better. 10 turns is still a very long time,
Hmm.
and there's no way to actually cheat down that cooldown.
Yeah, she doesn't lower her CDs on her CA, for example. Um, she doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't lower her cooldowns. She like you. If you accidentally press this when you've used work hard, play harder, it's a pretty feel bad. Not that that's something that's ever really going to happen if you're playing manual, but the first time you do it, it's going to feel bad.
Yeah, I think like the only other equivalent you could think of in the same vein was also Summer Monkey, where it's also 10 turns, and there's she it becomes global after 10 turns, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
stays being
automatic.
global and
Yeah,
not
you can't accidentally miss.
yeah.
But yeah, I think this is fun. I'm gonna experiment with it. I'm sure she'll end up in the same kind of space as like Summer Tabina and Summer Make for me, where I'll use her for fun, and it'll be really strong. And maybe there'll be a fight that requests her along with like, someone like say Lich for debuff count. Like Lich hits 4 debuffs, 6 hits 2 at max, I think.
Except sometimes a lot of times that you can miss.
Mm-hmm.
A
Fediel
lot of
gets
times it
what,
does
2?
miss.
I think Fediel is 2 debuffs because she's stacking attack and defense down when she swings.
Fediel is dark defense and also multi attack.
Okay, so 3 when she swings. Got it. But yeah, I mean, it takes a lot for someone to kick someone off of that. All right,
I mean,
I
my
don't care
go-to will
about
always
that.
be Tabina because spam arrows.
Yeah, I love Tabina. I use this character a lot. As you can see by her having, I just realized she has 858 EMP.
Nice.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, that she was part of my squad for
Nightmare.
for
Oh, okay,
Lucy solo.
got it. Yeah, she's a good one, a real good one. All right, moving on then. Let's go talk Vicky. So all of these Vicky buttons that we're about to look at have existed before. All of this has existed before, and now they're being mixed in an interesting way. So we're gonna start with the things that are distinctly Vikala about my girl Summer Vicky. Number
The
one,
fact that she can't attack.
yeah, we're gonna go all the way to the bottom. So she doesn't have her ears on, which means she can't attack. She's in hiding, which means that unless she is the only character on the field, she will not be targeted.
Or if the boss hits everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's different from targeting, but yeah, anything single target won't hit her. It will just not choose her. If it's AOE, then yeah, it'll hit her. So
I had to use that phrasing because technically a boss doesn't target Athena, but she still gets her stacks.
that's fair. So boost to Earth ally CA specs. Let me go look up the numbers on this one.
50%.
50%, 50% cap,
10% cap.
10% cap. I think those are close to the same numbers on her R version, though, right? The one that doesn't attack and her buttons don't do anything.
Checking right now.
Meanwhile, but
It
she
is.
does have attack animations because they're going to use her triple attack animation even as a skin. But she can actually attack, kind of, because when she takes damage, she counters,
Up to 3 times.
and it gets amped up based on how low her HP are.
They say up to, apparently says 3 times, period.
Mm-hmm. Up to 3 times her attack on. Wow. All right. So then, let's take a look at her abilities, her skills.
Oh,
So
her amplify, by the way, for each 25% HP she's missing, she gets another 25% amp.
All right. Um, because of her CA, she won't be missing that much HP. All right, but let's still talk about the abilities. So these are the ones that we've seen. A lot of these we've seen before. So Rats Away. Earth allies dodge all from foes through the power of stuffed rats. So she has a team dodge all, which is amazing. It only
Yeah, that sounds
consumes
good.
her own HP. It doesn't require you to go down everyone else on the team to go down to 1 HP. I just love the description. Through the power of stuffed rats. This skill icon is so good.
The only issue I have with it is that it's a 10-turn cooldown.
Mm-hmm. It is
When
very
there's a lot
powerful
of
to
other
have team dodge all.
dodge alls though
Mm-hmm.
that are way less cooldowns.
I mean, that's fair. Here's Utopian Bounty. Everybody else double attacks and she gets CA sealed. This is very similar to a Nahon button that we have. The CA sealed is new, but largely because it's on her CA. So on her CA, she not only does everybody else double strikes, which lasts one turn. So if she is the last person in line, then it will be up on them, I believe, the next turn. If she is first in line, then it takes effect that turn and they double strike. And if she's anywhere in the middle, then it happens afterward.
The way this is worded makes me think of how Nicholas, when he CAs, he does his attack and he gives him double strike. If it's worded this way, that means it's only that turn. So you need to put her at second slot then,
or first slot.
Well, first slot requires you switching MC.
If this is true. Anyway, so here's Rodent. Then Rodent Rally does all the following things. So first of all, it's a heal. It's a pretty beefy heal too. It's Do you have the numbers? What was that?
4K.
And she herself has 2 healing nodes because what else is she going to
have? 2 attack nodes, obviously. And anyway, she has 2 defense nodes instead of attack nodes.
Look at this. This is beautiful. Look at it. Look at all this. It's defense, HP, debuff, 4 times debuff resistance, and charge meter.
Look, you want her to be able to CA, alright? If she's stunned, she can't CA.
Rolling rings on her was so funny because I just kept re-rolling until I got healing.
How many times did you roll something else?
Way more times than I expected. Also, I just realized that my earring gave her counters on damage, which is like the most redundant thing of all time.
She already counters on damage.
The problem is, here's the problem, is that almost none of these earring effects matter. It's like crit rate.
Attack up matters. Hey, crit rate does matter when you counter.
This is so sad. Maybe I should just stop. There, enmity, sure. Done. We're okay here. Anyway, but with 40% extra healing from these healing nodes, that 4,000 gets another, 1,600? So it's 5,600 on her, effectively. Because, seriously, what else are you going to take on her other than these EMPs?
Yeah.
So 5,600 heal. Then 2 turn cut to debuff durations, which
That's
is really good now. What was that?
That's 3 characters now on Earth.
Yeah, her, Galleon, and Satyr.
Correct.
They get a boost to multi-attack, which is
40% DA, 20% TA, and also 20% Chaser.
Yeah, a CA-based Chaser. So I believe it will not stack with Deonsa, but it will stack with almost everything else. And then Utopian Bounty, which is then double strike. So on her Rodent Rally turn, she does all of this. It's a 5,600 heal. It's a multi-attack boost. You get Chaser. You attack twice, and then she CA seals herself so that you can't just spam it. Because the important thing to note here is that the 2 turn cut to debuff durations happened before activating Utopian Bounty. They were very, very insistent on this, where it doesn't reduce its own drawback.
And 3 turns cannot be removed.
Mm-hmm. So you can add Satyr or something like that to reduce it.
But then you have you will have 2 characters who are not attacking.
Right. So maybe
very good use of that double strike, huh?
What about Galleon? Galleon will also
not attack some turns.
Attack.
Also you need V2 in order to get that CA seal down.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think they're going to have to keep this in mind for all future Earth things that reduce debuff duration, because right now it's well placed so that you can't abuse it.
She'll be amazing in tower.
She'll be super fun. And then the last part of this is that she has Mousy Retreat.
This is the worst part of her in tower.
It doesn't work. This is true.
Exactly.
But this is a Ray button. So stop me if you've heard this before, but in exchange for 50% defense down Then the character she swaps out with gets boosted attack, which is on the perpetuity mod and unique. It's what, 30%?
30%, same as Ray.
Mm-hmm. She gets boosted. She gives boosted triple attack, which I believe is guaranteed TA,
Guaranteed.
which is also the same as Ray, I think.
Exact same as Ray.
Cap up,
Same as Ray, 20%.
and then chance to dodge damage and debuffs.
Actually better than Ray's. It's 30% instead of 10.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, the 10% dodge, like you just never see that. You never feel its effects. 30% you actually
Exactly.
notice. But yeah.
And 50% defense down stat.
This character, so Nemonade has a showcase coming up. I saw other ones where it's like you just use her with Luchador and then you do Luchador things, right? And it's like, okay, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
we did that with Ray.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her in use in longer fights because this CA is behusted, like super behusted.
Because of the way it's worded, you have to place her correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to take care of take the double strike command, her Rats Away being 10 turns is really hard to justify using her over Antheria, really.
I'm just
Since
looking
Antheria
forward
is
to it.
is the permanent on whenever she or MCCAs, they both they get a dodge all.
Mm-hmm. I feel like she would have been really good for Nightmare. Maybe. I mean, she would have countered a whole lot, like a lot.
Yeah, the counter is really good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just playing around with her once I have more time to play GBF when I'm not, at a show. So next week, hopefully next week. And then the last thing to talk about with her is her weapon, which is the cutest freaking thing. It is now my new default sword skin. It is a cat toy. It is actually just a rat on a stick that you just wave around. All right. So this one is one of the less impressive ones, but who knows? Maybe something will come up that proves me wrong. But it is big enmity,
Mm-hmm.
small attack, small crit,
Yeah, that's one.
and then blow, which is bonus damage to the third hit of everyone's triple attacks. Which, admittedly, she is an
It's
axe
not
character.
bad. It's not bad in what's it called, in Earth.
Yeah.
Since there's not that many passives that are side A.
Yeah. So, for example, this is one of the things that can really benefit Kukuru because she always triple attacks, and she splits the chaser up 3 times. It's good with Vikala because she guarantees triple attack for whoever she swaps in. It's good with Isheds, for example. It's interesting with the Hollow Sky Axe because you amplify and then you add Reply Chaser to it. So there's
The only other blow weapon that I know in Earth is Sky Piercer. So, it's
That's
pretty
fair.
good then.
Yeah, I have seen setups that use, for example, Feather. The Feather's Light Fist because it has blow and you just use it main hand and you have Nehan. So,
Yeah, where you always triple attack and for a couple turns.
Mm-hmm.
The
So,
CA is not that bad either, but it's a 10% chaser. There's better chaser outlets. It's a main hand, I think.
I mean, I use one religiously in Diaspora. It's the Draconic Bow.
Yeah, at least this one's a sword, so you also have different coverage. So there's that.
Yeah. So anyway, this is still like the cutest freaking thing. Yeah, it's very much a use this with Thrail weapon. Yeah, that's very true. Thrail gives herself Hollow Sky Axe, so among other things, she also guarantees triple attack, etc., etc. All right. So those are the characters and their weapons. What's up?
I was looking for passives in Earth that are side A.
Okay.
I literally the only one I could find was
Sky
Uma
Piercer.
Musume.
Oh, Uma
Oh, I
Musume.
know they're not. They're side B. I am a liar. There's no other passives with side
Yeah.
A.
So it is unique. It is unique so far. The question is, I don't know how many people will use it for that reason, but you know what? It's Earth. You can Kime it. It still works in Kime to just add more things to do. More things to throw into the toolbox. I don't think I need to mention to people that new Vikala CA is one of my favorite things in this game, given that Vikala is one of my favorite things in this game. So we're gonna move on. You ready to talk about Koregra really quickly? We're gonna fly through.
Yeah,
We're gonna
let's do
try
it.
and cover the
Actually,
important stuff only.
I just looked up the other weapon in Earth that it gives Chaser multi attack.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the Bennu dagger. It's the same numbers,
I mean, that's fair.
so that's pretty good still. Then
Yeah. All right, ready to talk about Koregra real quick?
yeah, let's do
We're
it.
gonna speed run this because
How
some
long
of
did he
this we're gonna punt to
spend?
next week. That's why we're speed running
Yeah, like how much did he spend translating?
it. The entire hour before this. All right, so let's talk about Koregra. So, step one, proving grounds. So, this is the thing about proving grounds. So, all right, we have niche use for the Bismarck. We have niche use for the two skulls, right?
Yeah.
The two skulls give what, chaser to the third hit
It's
of,
blow. It's
and
blow.
what was that?
I said it's blow.
Yeah, it's blow with a different name, right?
No, I believe it's the same name.
Oh, it is the same name. Okay. And then the Bismarck was skill cap up. The skill cap up got use, but there's very niche use right now. So in order to make them more relevant, they're doing not only a 5-star uncap, but also they're adding awakening levels to them. So to make up, like right now, an EX large attack weapon is what, 17-ish% at skill level 15. At skill level 20, it'll be a little bit more. Now you can add on, attack on another, like, what, 15, 20, whatever the numbers are for awakening onto that. And so
will it be a normal attack modifier or EX?
I
feel
don't
like
know.
I feel like it'll be normal if we're keeping in line with every other awakening that we have.
Yeah,
all two of them.
That's fair. We will find out. But, I mean, this is sort of their way to try and keep these things updated to 2022 standards.
Yeah.
And
I actually do like that if they make it normal, because having two modifiers on a weapon's nice, no matter what it is.
And like I said, Bismarck is something that I pulled out every once in a while. I mean, Agonize forced it out of a lot of things, but we've found the use case where if you get a nuke's damage big enough, then a Bismarck will be better than an Agonize.
Correct.
Something that we didn't mention is that the cap on a 5 positivity Vajra nuke is, I think, 1.2 million, which is the Alethea number. If you remember, Alethea does 4 hits of 1.2 million each, and it scales better with skill cap than it scales with supplemental.
Yeah, I just know that World Ender gives both. So
right, but now that, like, there are weapons in Dark that don't give both, and so this is something that helps with Bismarck. Bismarck's case for taking the slot either as a main hand when you're doing like Nighthound things, or stuff like that. Like right now, I use Agonize as my Nighthound main hand and swap my main character out. I can switch to Bismarck, and once it's awakened, and I'll notice a difference. But there are certain teams where the Bismarck will perform better than the Agonize. I'm not sure which ones, because like the team that you swap your MC out does crazy numbers of hits, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. We'll see what happens with this one.
Yeah, what I'm excited for?
What's up?
When Biden becomes better, then.
True. Biden has.
Why is this thing literally a one-time tanking counter and only lasts one turn after?
Like,
you literally can't even use this with Mirin.
Yeah,
and
Biden getting
Mirin's
better will help
at
Mirin.
that.
Yeah, and she needs all the help she can get.
She can only triple stack if she has this counter up.
Yeah. The one that I'm interested in is the Clarion, but that's because the Clarion is the same as Bismarck. It's just skill cap.
I'm looking at the list. I forgot we don't have another fire and light weapon.
Yeah, yeah. Like people complain about asymmetry on these things, and given that sorry, Dark's gotten these weapons, and now they're getting the first 5-star and the first awakening, and then Fire is still on its first weapon, and the last time it was available as a drop was 2019.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And I'm just like, Ishumgal is a good weapon. I still use it.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's a great
good
weapon.
it's a good as a main hand, and it's available in daily points. So the drop part, it's like, yeah, okay, just stock up daily points. Just log in for 40 days in a row and buy one. It's not even 40. It's less than that, I think. Anyway, but yeah, I'm looking forward to them doing this, giving this treatment to the fire weapons because it's been a long time. The light one, what is the light proving grounds weapon?
It's the fist. The
Oh
Phantom
yeah,
Pain.
it's the skill cap up fist.
Yep.
We used to use that in EO things. We used to. It is
Yeah, then we got
there's
better things.
there's no more room for the for that in the EO canon.
I mean, it's a good weapon too. It has supplemental for 3 turns.
Hmm.
It's good main hand.
Yeah, especially if you're a monk. Yeah, and you're doing EO things. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. All right. Side story is going to be a slice of summer. This is one of those ones that is just taken forever to get there. I don't know
Is it
why.
the one where we fight the watermelon?
It's the one where you fight the watermelon,
I
Colossus,
understand
but it's a
completely.
watermelon. All right. So here's one of the bigger things that's happening in the coming month of July. Rise of the Beast is coming back.
Oh, cool.
They're adding a gold brick, so that's one thing. They're doing extensive changes to the beast weapons to make it um, less of an annoyance and like less of a block. So the Ray of Juque, the Qinglong Spear, the Baihu Claw, and the Xuanwu Mace, they're all getting the following changes. Number one, you can buy them infinitely from the store.
Oh, thank you.
Number two, you can buy the ciphers that turn them into the three what is it, Malice, Regis, and I forget the third one in English. You can buy those infinitely also.
Oh, that's really cool.
Here's the thing: in exchange for that, you will be limited to one of each in a grid. So, for
No, my plans for the galleon grid.
yeah, sorry, buddy. Well, you can do the base one three times in a grid, but that's just not the useful one.
I'm missing a skill here.
Yeah. Um, because you will be able to have all of them, you can now you fodder them, you can reduce them, you can sell them, you can reserve them. They're just like, we're not worried about you being unable to pick up an outfit because you foddered this thing in 2017 or 2018 or something.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing. Another thing is KMR has heard from players that it's getting worse and worse to farm the outfits.
Oh yeah, I was not able to even get anywhere near the last one.
So here's the thing. So they're taking two steps to try and alleviate some of the awfulness. Note that they're not taking away all of it. Like there's nothing in here about changing drop rates. However, there is a natural progression of there's a new event. You're gonna get 5 more from just doing the event.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. That's one. Another thing is, um, so because they're not adding a new outfit for this run, it'll be next run. And the next one, we already have Juque, we have Qinglong. The next one will be Chuanwu. Um, and what they're going to do is only 2 soul cores will drop at a time. The latest 2. So next time, it will only be Turtle and Phoenix. And
I like that.
Dragon will be out of there. It'll be available as a drop. Not as a drop, an event reward, but not as a drop.
Yeah, I like that because we talked about this while we were just doing our individual grinds,
Mm-hmm.
and it would been really bad when Super diluted to all 4 of them.
Yes. So the next thing is for people like us who have built up a big soul core stash and have nothing to do with them because the fire soul core just kept dropping and it's like we want the wind one, please. Um, they're going to look into the right way to implement a trade of extra soul cores into beast seals.
I would
So
like that.
it'll be something that you can do with the extras. That's nice. Um, it says nothing about increasing the drop rate, and the thing is that according to their plans, I don't think they want to increase the drop rate. They just will be like, if you don't, because as we mentioned before, this will be the third time that Rise of the Beasts is run with um, the Soul Cores added. If you have done nothing but just play the Rise of the Beasts, then you will have 15 of the pure Soul Cores just from rewards, and it's like that's just what halfway there. It's halfway there, and so that's how it be.
I mean, it still has to be a reward. You have to at least push yourself to do something for that.
Mm-hmm. And it's
They're
not.
just making it, they just ease it up each time,
Yeah,
which is
it's not.
not
It's
bad.
not ideal, but again, I don't know if they want it to be ideal. They want it to be something that rewards diligence and just coming back. And it's like, remember, if you didn't get all of it this time, then there are other avenues to doing it. Some people drop Damascus on it. I'm personally never going to do that. Some
We
people just,
definitely have seen those Damascus people because they're the ones who do it on frame one.
yeah. And then for me, it's just like, yeah, I'll just if like if I really really get tired of the grind, then I will just stop and wait a couple months, and I'll get 5 of them from the next time the event runs, and it'll just
Yeah.
accumulate.
Just always remember your healthy outlooks of life,
Yes,
folks.
yes. Be healthy. Make healthy decisions for yourself and your sanity. All right. Wrapping up on things that are happening in July. So we'll be talking about these later, but we have Tefnut, the water boss for the NEAD series, and Ra, the wind boss of the NEAD series. I
All
looked
right,
at
I'm getting excited. I guess do the entire raw chant sometime down the line.
what Ra chant is this? Is this a Yu-Gi-Oh
Oh,
thing?
the one in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, that's what I figured. I am a little. I got mixed up. I got hit by the mix-up. I looked at Raw and was like, "Fire Boss. There's gonna be two?" Because and then like, no, Raw is Wind. Huh. All right.
I'm looking at Raw, and it reminds me of if the things in Gunvolt.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, just look at the thing on the bottom, and I'm like, this is just music.
That is fair. But yeah, I'm looking forward to these. I find the NEAD fights fun. Even the Swole Murder Bird, I find that fight fun. Even as it's like I miss an Omen and just beats the ever living snot out of me.
No, first he puts a buff on him, and then you can't hit him, and then he beats the snot out of you
This is also true.
because you're no longer blocking because it's no longer an oven.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Dread Barrage is coming. They've barely changed it. The main thing is that we get Nyarlathotep back after getting Nyarlathotep replaced by a dinosaur in January of 2021.
That was a fun one.
It was a fun one. And now we get Nyarlathotep a year and a half later. It's fine. Dread Barrage barely is changing. They made one quality of life change to the auto backup request, which is that you can set the auto backup request to request from any of uh, everyone, friends, and crew, as opposed to automatically using the settings of your last raid.
Oh, okay.
That's it. It's a small quality of life change.
I mean, you don't really need to change Dread Barrage. You barely fight it like super seriously.
Mm-hmm. All right. July 5-star uncapped character. Gawain, but it's light Gawain this time. So Gawain joins the short list of characters who have multiple 5-star uncaps. He joins the even shorter list of characters who have multiple 5-star uncaps for SSR versions.
I'm
I
surprised
actually,
it's actually like Wayne though, because literally this character came out 2 years ago. He's
mm-hmm.
really recent.
I am wondering why they chose this character, but I mean they did do Alethea last month, and Gawain as a character, he's just as old as Alethea. But you know, when Gawain's treatment was like many years ago and is very much no longer part of the Granblue fantasy landscape.
Yeah, they had to
So
redo reworks too.
yeah,
And but he had an event like centered around him.
that's true. That's what led to this. I mean, what if this is used to lead into the next Dragon Knights event? Should be what, October-ish for that one?
So Gawain will join the Dragon Knights finally as one of the Knights of the Round.
Maybe. Anyway, I enjoy you playing like Gawain, so I'm excited for this.
Oh yeah, he's fun.
Yeah, and it's one of those
I'm
things.
like, I'm also thinking like, how do you make him better?
We'll find out. I do
He
not.
has really short cooldowns on everything. He
Yeah,
does
and
what he needs to do.
he's super hard to kill. He double strikes frequently. He gives himself a crazy amount of enmity. It's great. And then this is the one that we're going to skip over really quickly because I don't have the skills of all of these weapons off the top of my head. Which is Fire Lilel. Weapon is getting a 4-star on cap. Sylph Harp. The Sophia Water Sophia staff. Cupiton Harp. Satyr Sword. Skull and Belerga Dagger. Randall Dagger. Frere Axe. Tico Dagger. Yo Dagger. Is that a dagger? Yo's weapon. It is a dagger. Okay, good. Ipatsu's Chopsticks, which are a spear. I forgot about that. I'm mad again.
Yeah.
And Predator's Claw. They're all getting 4-star uncaps. We'll talk about
fair.
those next week once we've had time to look up what all of these things do.
I'll let you know right now. I'm excited for Tico's because that has healing on it
I am never making fun of a healing 4-star ever again.
and medium majesty. It's pretty good actually.
Yeah, that's fair. I forget what any of these things do, to be perfectly honest with you.
Sparkle Beat Volume 29 is only stamina, and that's it.
Yeah, it's definitely getting another skill then. All right, so those are the main things. Then there's a minor quality of life change that is actually like game changing for people who specifically spend a lot of time in Replicard Sandbox. As you can see
Hi.
from this, as you can see from this screenshot, you can set up multiple Saphira guidebook sets.
Oh, thank you, because I hate switching my books around for setting for CA.
So this screenshot shows that there are going to be 2, 4, 6, 8 different slots that are picked independently of your team, and the game will remember which one you've brought to each quest.
Bless.
So you can do
Bless.
the meter up, CA up, drop rate up on the long bar, low HP things,
Or
and then,
EXP up.
or yeah, and then against bosses or guardians, you can be like, all right, here's chaser, here's supplemental.
Here's the thing I can actually fight with.
Yeah. So bravo, thank you for finally implementing this. The other thing is also minor but game changing. You can set auto refill on for AAP, so you don't have to like leave your fight, click on the AAP, and use just a bunch of elixirs, and then go back to what you were fighting. So
It would definitely ask you if you want to send a pod while when you do retry. But yeah, it skips clicking a button.
yeah, the thing about me, so this is very nitpicky, and this is something that will only annoy me, is that using an elixir in Sandbox gives 75, and there's no way to use 5 AP in that thing.
Oh, you want to know something, Dom?
What's up?
I hit 5 treasure chests today.
Did
I
you go
was
to
at
999? You did. Yeah, I've been there exactly once before, and it felt bad because
I don't. There's no way I can convert the 9. This is the stupid crystal thing again.
Well, no. The thing is that the daily reset will bring you back to 100 if you're below 100.
I'm not hitting that anytime soon. I have 700 AVP still. Help.
Look, next time I see you at Evo, if you still have more than 100 AAP, I will play Sandbox for you to go below 100 AAP. All right, buddy?
I will not have that much. I'm actually grinding that diligently for the weapons.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, um, the other thing, it is game changing. It doesn't affect us nearly as much, but it is a good change. Partial rewards for failing a raid. So here are the things that it'll give you. Um, it'll give you rewards that are scaled to how much of the boss's damage you took off, and how many honors that you had. The example shown looks like it was Tiamat,
Definitely Tiamat.
and it's like it's not the greatest stuff, but it's still stuff. Like it's and
It,
there
it
here's
allows you to just play the game more naturally and
mhm,
not be fearful of. Well, if I punt the raid, well, that's it. That's it for the rest of the day.
mhm. So here's the things. Here's the fine print. You will not get a blue chest if you fail. You will
Yeah,
never
that
get an
makes sense.
MVP chest.
There's no MVP. Y'all died.
Yeah, there will never be a purple chest from partial reward.
That only matters to like when they do those campaigns.
Yep, but it still needs to be in the fine print. Um, it says here that the drop rate of items in the failure rewards will never be higher than normal drop rates, which that's just it makes sense, but I guess they had to say it out loud. And then the last one is that if you do fail, then things like journey drops, drop rate up effects, bounty hunt will not work, just like
Yeah, that
skipping.
makes sense.
But this is still a positive thing. For it will also take effect if you retreat. By the way, not just if you fail and stay
I
the
mean, it
whole
makes sense.
time.
It's counting your honors.
Hmm. But and then the other measure that they're doing, something that actually we've talked about before, in order to combat the diffuse nature of the player base, where everybody's doing different raids, and so if you're doing an older raid, then people might not come in. There is now a special raid backup request. Once a day, when you're looking at your backup requests. So I'm not quite sure on it. I think it can appear more than once a day. It's just that you only get the benefits of it once, and I think once a day, if you join that one and you get the benefits, you don't get any more. I'll figure that out once it's implemented. But basically, if you join a highlighted raid, then you get a huge boost to the rank points and EXP that you get from it.
Okay.
And so that's their way of encouraging people to do essentially like um, so other MMOs do this, for example, with like Dungeon Roulette, or I don't know if it's called Duty Finder in FF14. In World of Warcraft, it's called um, like the Party Finder, and you get bonuses for helping other people through things. And you don't choose what it is; other people can, and so you just get a bonus for helping people run through something. Cool. I like these. I usually like these features. Um, this is a technical thing. They're changing over to HTTPS. Good. Better security. Good. Um, and that's pretty much it. Other than Bicky CD, instant buy. Bicky, look at her. Look at my daughter. My depressed daughter.
She's not depressed in there.
She's very happy. She has the ears on. It's true. She's full on Yang mode. Um, and then the rest is merchandise stuff. Other than the Extra Fest, the date for the summer stream, which we already knew,
Yeah,
is going to be August 6th.
which is during something else we're doing.
I will be at Evo, but not at Evo. I will be at a friend's house in Las Vegas with this laptop, desperately trying to post at freaking 3 in the morning. Is it going to be 3 in the morning?
I'll be
6
trying
a.m.
to watch the stream, but dealing with the internet.
6. Yeah, 2 in the It runs from 2 in the morning our time to 5 in the morning. So thank you, Brad.
What day it is?
It'll be for us. It'll be Friday.
I hope I have pools later in the day.
Because that's Granblue versus Day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Wait, so is it Friday night or Friday morning?
Okay, so it is Japan time. It is Saturday evening, which means for us it will be Saturday morning, Friday night.
Yeah, it's fine because I'm probably not making out pools anyways.
Alrighty, let's go. But yeah, Pocky will he actually has tickets to um, Extra Fest. That'll be fun.
Oh, so you don't have a co-translator?
Maybe not. I think he has a Sunday ticket, not a Saturday ticket. It'll be Ryan who has the Saturday ticket.
That's true.
So maybe from Osaka he can just be like, "Hey, I'm here on site, but not there, and I'll help you." It's like, "Thank you. We'll see."
That's
We'll
back
see.
in Japan.
I'm pinning my hopes on December. Knock on wood.
I mean, we've been doing that for the past 2 years.
Yeah. But
We'll see it.
the past 2 years, December didn't happen at all. So
True.
we'll see.
Well, we'll see when that bridge crosses.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that the live stream will actually announce when Granblue Fantasy Fest is, and
Oh, like it did last year and the year
yeah,
before.
yep. So we'll find out, and then yeah, this July we have Granblue Extra Fest at Sendai. We'll have the museum open up, and we're sending Pocky to the museum. No photos are allowed, but I'm sure it'll be cool. He'll tell us all about it. I might bring him on and just ask him.
Maybe they'll have something secret like they did at the escape game,
Mm-hmm.
which
But
we'll
anyway,
still not talk about yet.
all right. So that is it for today. We've done a lot of talking. July's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
July's gonna be fun.
I still don't know why he's Gawain. He's so good.
Oh man. 3 a.m. stream. My condolences from Hawaii. Well, Hawaii it'll run until like 2 a.m. So anyway, yeah. All right, I'm just checking on
we're
chat.
used to these stream times. Let's be honest.
Yeah. The main thing is that I just have to keep that in mind for Friday and party moderately.
I mean, you get it on Wednesday, I believe.
I get in on Wednesday night, and then Thursday night we have the show to go to, the Jabberwocky show. But that has nothing to do with
we did
anything.
get tickets. I need to send you money later.
Yeah, sure. All right. Anyway, that is it. That is it. We'll see. We'll talk over the next few weeks. We'll go over the 12 weapons and what they could do. But also, I mean, we don't have to go over them that hard. We're gonna pinpoint a couple of ones that we'll talk about and just say, okay, this one's.
I need to put a list on how many I expect to have Excelsior.
You always do that, and you're right on more often than you're wrong.
There was only one that was wrong.
I know, you're right way more often than you're wrong.
Anyways, all right, we'll catch you guys next week.
Yeah, later, guys. We'll have a lot to talk about soon. All right, later, guys.